Hi, Casey Hendrickson here. Unfortunately, today we've got to discuss the tragic shooting that was in Connecticut. Obviously, it's a massacre that has touched a lot of us. My wife and I were new parents. This has been particularly emotional for us, and certainly for my wife. My family's also been personally touched by this. A longtime family friend of my wife, they lost a relative in this tragedy. The problem is that this has immediately gone to a gun control debate. We saw it happen before we had a body count, when we thought it was just the gunman who had committed suicide on campus, and it has obviously escalated with the president's comments, what some members of Congress are saying. Even the NRA has gone completely dark. They've shut down their Facebook page, they've shut down their Twitter, and they're not responding at all, which, frankly, I think is the wrong thing to do. There's another debate here that we need to have. It's not just school security, it's not gun control, that sort of thing, but we may very well have the 15th recent, in the past 20 years, 15th massacre involving children where we have a shooter that may have been on a psychotropic drug. These psychotropic drugs actually have a violence warning on the label that there could be violent outbursts, could be more prone to suicidal thoughts, that sort of thing. It's well documented, it's factual, it's been studied repeatedly. Many doctors have been crying about this for many years, and unfortunately their efforts to bring attention and awareness to it have fallen on deaf ears. If it turns out to be the case, and we don't know at the time of this filming here whether or not he was on any medication, but we do know that he has some form of a mental disorder. We do know that his mother was telling friends a couple of days before this tragedy that she felt she was losing him to this disorder. And so we are assuming, and there's evidence that he might have been treated somehow with some medication. Why is it that we automatically jump to an inanimate object which cannot kill anybody without interaction with something else, and not the thing that may have very well pushed that individual over the edge, and that individual may not have even known they were going over the edge with some of these drugs? Why is that being completely ignored? Not just by the media, but by the politicians who are going to be tasked with addressing the situation, both at the local level, the state level, and obviously in the federal level. We need research on these disorders, how we're treating these disorders, the medications involved, and whether or not these medications might be the best solution for some of these disorders, and whether or not we're also overprescribing. Maybe, just maybe, we can avoid another Gabby Giffords, another Newtown, Connecticut, another Columbine, another Virginia Tech, another Aurora, Colorado movie theater massacre, all involve shooters who were on these types of drugs. I'm Casey Hendrickson. Please leave your comments below.